Okay. It's so are you looking at me? I know. Okay, you say it. Say it and I won't look at you. Wait, but that's weirder. You never don't look at me. Why is it funny this time? Okay. You have to pull it together because you have to look at me when I do this.
I know.
Okay. Hi, Charlotte.
Hi, Madeline.
How are you?
Good. We have the giggles.
We got a case of the gigs.
I'm great. I'm very excited for this episode.
Me too.
This is a new kind of episode.
Yeah.
Well, sort of.
Sort of. We've done some lore episodes before.
Yeah.
But this is definitely a one-of-a-kind lore episode we're about to do.
Because longtime listeners will know, and not so long time, because we talk about it literally every show, that we like to analyze athlete weddings, mostly based on their floral arrangements.
Yes, because for those who don't know, typically, not always, but most athlete weddings tend to use what we're calling a compressed floral aesthetic.
Yes.
Where the flowers are just shoved in there.
Just
jammed in there. And they're usually white flowers with a little bit of greenery sticking through.
Very little room to breathe. None, usually, actually.
Oftentimes none.
And, you know, if you're a florist listening to this, first of all, we want to apologize for any language that we are saying wrong. But this we are not, for anyone listening, the reason that we decided to do this was because we had a social post, a roundup that you put together that was so good, of the times we've talked about compressed flowers.
Yeah.
And there were some florists who were like, hey, so that's not a thing. And we were like, no. We know. We're not trying to be right.
No.
We're just trying to say that this is what we've noticed.
Yeah.
And they're
observed.
And they're just shoved in there. Just
shoved in there. It's like a train at rush hour, just jam-packed like sardines in there.
Madeline there listening to Soulja Boy.
Yeah. The flowers are listening to Soulja Boy in the Drive soundtrack.
That's called an inside joke, folks.
If you know, you know.
So we're just going to go through some athlete weddings here.
Yeah.
We're not overthinking this. It's also the 4th of July. I'm sure a bunch of you guys are going to weddings.
Yeah.
And
can I say something about that?
Please.
Let me interject. And no offense to any listeners.
Preach. I know what you're going to say.
Having a wedding over a holiday weekend, what are we doing? Let's stop that. People have plans and they don't want to spend thousands of dollars going to your wedding that weekend. Make it the next weekend.
Also,
just wait later.
Yeah. Also,
do another
way
weekend.
More expensive to travel on a holiday weekend.
That's what I'm saying. What are we doing, people? Let's stop doing that.
I got married over Labor Day, but there were only 10 people.
Okay, that's
so
true,
that's
yes.
okay.
That's fine.
It was just the weekend that worked because we planned it in a month.
Yeah.
So, you know,
no.
If we had a big wedding,
no,
would not have been over Labor Day.
You know what's the worst offender though?
What?
A New Year's Eve wedding.
Okay, let's talk about this because I know some people who are like, it's great because I don't like New Year's anyway.
Sure.
We weren't going to do anything.
Right.
That to me is only true if it's in the city where I live.
Yes. Well, and that's also only true in the sense that I don't want to do anything on New Year's Eve.
Right.
And now I have to do something on New Year's Eve.
I love doing
it's a forced
nothing
plan
on New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
It's the best.
Just get married December 8th. I don't know if that's a Saturday, but you know, if you want a winter wedding, do it then.
Also, there are a lot of weekends that aren't holidays.
Exactly.
And also, if you did that, that's okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's fine.
You can still listen to the Sports Gossip Show. You're welcome here.
Every opinion, every Look, you know how people are like, no judgment?
Yeah.
Look, there is some judgment here.
Yes.
However, it's just two ladies in a room, so don't take any of this personally.
Too seriously. Yeah. We're not experts.
No. This is just...
We just have opinions.
Also, our opinions happen to align most of the time.
Yes, that's true.
Which is why we started this show.
That's true.
After one phone call, we were like, okay.
It is so silly.
It's ridiculous.
We had one call and we said, yep, okay.
I think it
was
when
we made Gossip Empire.
Yeah. It was when we went between joking something about like Travis and Taylor and then like the clothing brand Totem came up.
Oh, yes.
And I was like, oh, we're fine.
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah,
we're good.
This is it. This is the future of my career.
It is. It's same.
Yeah. Thank God.
Pressure's on.
All right, let's start with a wedding that we haven't talked about that happened recently.
Yes.
So this is easing into, because some of these are historical weddings.
Oh, legendary. Some may say.
Legendary. But this one is just one that we have to talk about, the florals.
Yes. Jalen Hurts, quarterback for the Philadelphia Eagles and recent Super Bowl champion, married his fiancee Bree Burrows in, I believe, a private ceremony. Like, when was this? I don't know. 6 months ago? Something like that?
Yeah. After the Super Bowl?
Yes, he had revealed that they got married.
Yep.
But there was no, it was in a Men's Health cover story. He revealed this information, which I love that it was Men's Health. It's just kind of funny.
Do you know why?
Why?
Men's Health.
What?
This is some inside journalism for everybody. Men's Health is one of the few places that pays well for features still.
Oh.
So I know a lot of people who write for Men's Health, or who I guess in years, maybe like 2 or 3 years ago, I knew more people who did it.
Okay.
Because Men's Health was like, sure, we'll pay you to write about this guy.
Wow. The more you know.
And it's always guys, because it's Men's Health.
Guys being guys.
Yeah, it's healthy men.
Talking about health.
Yeah. Fit guys on the cover of a magazine. You know what I appreciate about Men's Health?
Fit guys being guys.
Yeah. Men's Health is not pretending to be anything other than what it is.
No. It's just
And
fit
I think that
men.
it's just healthy guys.
Anyways, he mentioned in this interview that he was married. Oh my God, yay. Woo. But there was no wedding photos or anything that came out. Flash forward to when was this, like 5 days ago?
Yes.
Well, since we recorded it, whatever. In June.
Yes.
If you're listening to this in July.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
Actually, not even spoiler alert. More just like breaking the fourth wall here. We recorded this before the 4th of July.
Yeah.
We didn't
We're
record
in
this.
June.
Yeah, this isn't this week.
This is June.
You're listening to this in June. You're listening to June and July.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Anyways, they got married in Napa Valley, and they got married at the Four Seasons Hotel, which they shut down, by the way. They shut down the entire hotel for this ceremony.
Okay.
Which is, I mean, that's a lot of cash.
Daddy Big Bucks.
I guess that Super Bowl, I mean,
I was going to say.
He's doing fine.
Yeah, he's good.
He
had a whole billboard in New Orleans that said "Love Hurts."
Yeah.
Sponsored by Nike.
Yes. He's doing fine.
He's good.
He's doing fine.
Also, the Eagles pay him a lot of money.
Oh, that's true. They do. Yeah, his company does pay him well.
His company compensates him fairly.
Yeah, right. So they had a dinner on June 12th, and a barn party was held the following day on Friday the 13th.
Whoa.
Yes.
You know, my parents got married. No, they didn't. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
They got married on the 13th, but it wasn't Friday.
Oh, okay. Now I know that.
Yep.
Cool.
So does everybody else.
I love that. Page 6 reported that Stevie Wonder attended their celebrations.
Wow.
Fun fact.
Okay.
But we are not here to talk about who attended their wedding.
No, we are not.
Nor which hotel they rented out.
No.
We're here to talk about their compressed florals that they did fall victim to. And this...
Oh, Madeline. Okay, for those of you, for our audio listeners out there, it is a hedge of white roses. That is the only way I can describe it. It is a long hedge of white roses that goes around the altar where they got married and then lines the entire seating area where their guests were sitting.
Yes. And they're not tall hedges. It's like, imagine shrubs of
more
white,
of a shrub.
Yeah,
than
but they're
a
just
hedge.
like low and just tight in there.
Just like these are some of the most compressed flowers I've ever seen.
It is so many white flowers. And again, this is like a blurry helicopter paparazzi photo.
Which is also so creepy.
Yeah, so
like,
creepy.
Imagine being the person in the helicopter being like, I got the shot.
I feel like they only reserved... It's funny because he's very famous, of course. Like,
yes.
I am not discounting his level of fame. He is very famous. One of the most famous football players alive.
Yes.
Okay. However, I feel like these sort of paparazzi photos are typically only...
like Taylor Swift.
Yes. Like that they'll fly to Lake Como and do like a super zoom lens.
The Kardashians.
So I'm like, maybe the paparazzi who live near Napa Valley were just bored this weekend. We're like, guys, we're renting a chopper. We're going to go annoy the hell out of this new couple and have paparazzi just circling their wedding.
What a great point.
You know what I'm saying?
Because that's overhead.
Yeah, that's like something for like... if Obama's daughter got married or some, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I don't know. I mean, he's very famous.
No.
It feels like very invasive for his level of fame, if that makes sense. No one should have their wedding invaded on, but
no, I totally agree. Also, this is like, this isn't no sports figure, really.
Yeah.
Well, maybe,
interesting.
Maybe
okay.
But I would argue
question.
that there is an echelon of fame. Like maybe Tom Brady and LeBron are on that.
Right.
On that level.
Yes.
But I think for most people, there are like famous people, maybe 2 or 3 of them are sports, Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
And then it's the other famous people in sports.
Yes, I would agree.
I think sports people think sports people are famous.
Right.
But I think if non-sports people are like, who? Like,
right.
I don't think a lot of my friends who aren't into sports know who Jalen Hurts is.
That's fair.
And he is
very famous in sports. Yeah. Interesting.
So
it's already funny. And then the basically the only photos released from this wedding weekend are the like compressed floral shrub photos.
You know what? You know what actually happened?
What?
The paparazzi who took this are huge fans of the Sports Gossip Show. And they were like, look, I don't care what pictures you get as long as we can see the florals. The gals need it.
I would love that.
Same.
Oh my God.
So when I first saw these pictures, I thought that I was looking at, I'm going to be honest, I didn't have my glasses on, but I thought I was looking at a cake with the topper of the people. Look at that picture. Look at that picture. Do you see what I mean? Like I thought that was, I thought it from afar, I thought it was like, it looks like frosting piped around a square cake. It really does.
It doesn't not look like that.
It doesn't not look like that. And you know what I'll say here? Okay, I'm gonna do a hard 180 or whatever it is where you turn the other way.
I know what you mean. Yeah. Pivot.
Sure. Yes. If you're gonna do compressed flowers, just go for it.
Just go for it.
They went for it. I actually respect this. Yeah. I respect this so much more than any other compressed flower in an athlete wedding I've ever seen, because not only are they just shoved in there. They are so many of them,
and they're in a uniform line.
Yes. So you know what? Maybe I'm okay with it.
Wow. I mean, we should do at the end of this episode what our favorite compressed flower wedding is that we've discussed. So put a pin in that.
Well, should we move on? Should we do another wedding?
Let's move on.
We've got Olivia Culpo, Christian McCaffrey. Let me pull these up. Ooh, a lot of hydrangeas.
Those, I believe, were just natural hydrangeas, though. Yes. Like they were just at the venue.
Okay, hold on, everybody. This is news breaking.
Okay.
We thought we just pulled up the pictures. I'm going to, again, break the fourth wall. It's a goofy one, folks.
Ooh.
We pulled up the pictures of Olivia Culpo, who's a model. She was Miss Universe, I believe, at some point.
And she was on an e-reality show, I believe, for a time period.
The Culpo sisters.
But she was also on this one with Devin Windsor, who's a model. Anyone remember that? It was short-lived.
Okay.
I got to look this up.
Yeah, Google that while I tell people that Christian McCaffrey is a running back for the 49ers football team.
Yes. It was called Model Squad.
Wow.
And somehow Olivia Culpo was in that, I guess, because she was considered maybe only a model at that time, which I don't feel like she was just a model.
No.
Yeah, it was her, this girl, Hannah Ferguson, who's a model. Yeah,
Olivia might have been in an SI swimsuit.
Anyway,
whatever. They're famous and hot, and they married each other.
Yeah.
And this is a wedding that I have waited a full year to talk about into a microphone with you, because at the time that this wedding took place, so Madeline and I had our first call about doing the Sports Gossip Show on, well, we didn't even know that's what it was going to be, but the first time we had a business meeting was June 11th, 2024.
Yeah.
And like a month later, this wedding happens, and we were both like, oh God, I wish we had that show already, because there would be so much to talk about.
I know, because for those who also, sorry to interject,
please,
when this wedding happened, Olivia got in like an online argument with people about her wedding dress.
Because
it was a whole thing.
I'm going to read you this quote before we talk about the flowers.
Yes, go for it.
So obviously they had a Vogue exclusive. We've talked about this before.
Yes.
Everybody's familiar. That's what athletes do. And she said, I didn't want the dress, to exude sex in any way, shape, or form. I wanted it to feel effortless, and as if it's complimenting me, not overpowering me. There's so much beauty and simplicity. Also, and then it goes on to say that she skipped mascara, lip liner, and eyebrow makeup. She says, I never felt more beautiful than when I was in my ceremony dress and under my veil. I really wanted the simplicity of each component to harmonize perfectly.
It's a word salad sentence right there.
Also, like, modesty. Like, also, she had a brow tint.
And like you lash lift,
like,
or something.
You don't need mascara.
Yeah, of course. And she's also naturally beautiful.
Yeah, so come on. What are we like?
Oh,
I didn't wear makeup. It's like, all right. Okay.
You remember when I feel like there used to be some magazine. I don't remember what it was. Maybe it was People. I don't remember. And they would do like a no makeup issue. And it was like shocking. And it still looked like they had concealer on.
They absolutely did. You want a no makeup issue? Watch this show.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's not because we think we're like too quits, because it's a pain in the ass to put it on. Yeah. So there was a whole thing about like the modesty of her dress.
Yeah.
And she got into a fight with a creator.
Yes. But we're not here to talk about that.
No, although I will one more thing.
Oh, did you want me to start talking about it?
One more thing that I will say. I
thought you were teeing me up to start getting into the flowers.
Well, I should have been, but I actually have one more thing to say. A creator commented about this and said how weird it was that she was like leaning into, and she said something about purity for Christian McCaffrey, her husband. Like, well, I don't know. And Olivia commented on this woman's TikTok, and she didn't say anything mean about Olivia. She was just
she didn't.
looking at it from a more cultural perspective. And Olivia said that the creator was evil.
Yeah, she
said you're evil, and then Christian chimed in and got all mad. It's like a compressed flower.
It was like a compressed response.
Yes. Anyway,
but here's what I gotta say.
Okay,
you put 75, however many photos in a Vogue exclusive for the world to see. If you didn't want people criticizing your wedding, why did you do that?
We said that.
I'm sorry.
When we talked about Haley Steinfeld and Josh Allen's wedding, because she put those pictures in Bow Society, her newsletter.
What do you expect?
Oh, you put them out there? Pfft, the sports gossip show is going to talk about them.
Yeah. People are going to talk about them. Anyways, let's talk about her flowers.
So, but the reason that we were shocked when we pulled up these pictures is because the flowers are not compressed.
No. It's a lot of greenery and minimal flower compression.
I mean,
okay. Well, all right. Well, maybe we spoke too soon. There's an arch outside where they're taking photos, but I would say it's on the looser side.
Here's what I'll say.
I love this. Just how serious we're taking this, and I'm like, actually,
you're like, hold on. Here's what I'll say. It's a thick arch.
It's a thick arch.
But
that is a hefty arch.
It's not all flowers.
You know,
more greenery. It's compressed greens, which bother me less.
It's like a chopped salad.
Wait. It's a broccoli cauliflower salad.
You know what the arch? Her arch is very thick. It reminds me of in middle school.
That's so gross, by the way, that we're calling it a thick arch. Okay, sorry, in middle school.
It reminds me of in middle school when I'd be bored in class and I would draw bubble letters.
Yes.
It looks like a bubble letter.
Oh, God, yes.
It looks like a bubble letter on a poster for like Spirit Week.
That's what all compressed flowers look like. I'm realizing it.
Yes.
It's just bubble letters.
It's bubble letters.
You know, I still...
With like a gel pen.
I still do that.
Oh, me too. Oh, I write my name all the time.
Same.
Over and over.
So fun.
Wow.
Okay. So it's a bubble letter arch. However, it's not a flower bubble letter arch.
No. I would say that's on the looser side.
Okay. So blah, blah, blah. Flowers. Hydrangeas naturally at the venue.
At the
Ocean
venue,
House in Rhode Island. All right, whatever.
I'd say it's a pretty loose floral situation.
Which is shocking.
Yes.
Because
for her baby shower.
Yeah, she's pregnant now.
She's pregnant.
A year. Or she had the baby?
Photos came out from that. And they had the most compressed flowers in the shape of teddy bears and dogs. So I don't know what happened between the wedding and now. Different planner, perhaps. I don't know.
Well,
it's probably a Mindy Weiss production.
Is it? That's what we need to check.
Probably.
I'm gonna Control F Mindy
because I'm like, what happened?
Okay, let's see. Planner. Lisa Vorse.
Oh yeah, she's famous.
Is she?
Yeah,
I haven't heard of her.
I don't know if she did the baby shower though. I don't know.
Well, anyway,
whatever.
She did a great job with their florals.
Yeah, they look good. I'm pleasantly surprised with these flowers.
Shocked. There's like from the welcome drinks some really nice loose arrangements with like sprigs.
Yes,
which is a word that you didn't know.
A sprig.
No, I said sorry. Spindly was the word
spindly,
you didn't know.
Yes.
Sprig you knew.
Sprig I knew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be crazy if you didn't know sprig.
Crazy.
Yeah, so okay, wow. All right. Well,
I'll take it.
I'll take it. Okay, here's a wedding that full disclosure, it's very hard to talk about athlete weddings pre-Vogue weddings.
Yeah.
If there's an athlete who didn't have a Vogue exclusive, it's just like a couple photos in People Mag from like 2013.
Yeah. There's not a lot of images.
Tough. However, Victoria Beckham and David Beckham. Their 1999 wedding. They changed into, I don't think we have too much to work with in terms of florals, but what we do have to talk about is that for their after party, they both changed into matching purple outfits,
which are so iconic.
It's like if Prince were a fashion designer.
Yes,
that's what these are.
Yes, they are insane. But also, can we talk about what they're cutting? They're cutting a cake with a sword
that appears to have apples layered.
It's like a compressed
cake. Those are apples, right?
Yes, it looks like a compressed cake.
Wait, are those cake apples?
I don't know.
Wait. Were Victoria and David Beckham the first people to do Is It Cake? Are they trendsetters in more ways than we ever could have imagined?
Perhaps. Wow, maybe.
Okay, well, you want to know what's even better than that? Is that for their 25th wedding anniversary, they put the outfits back on and they still fit.
I mean, that's so not surprising.
No, it's not.
I'm so not shocked.
They're like talking about men's health.
Fit. Yeah. David Beckham is men's health.
He literally is the whole magazine. He's a human men's health.
Yeah, I wish we had more photos of that wedding. There were a few in the documentary, but not that many. And I don't recall seeing many compressed flowers. If anyone knows more about their wedding and disagrees with us, please let us know.
Yeah, please keep us posted. Because also, if you just have like a trove of athlete wedding pictures in general, creepy, but you could send them to us.
Yeah,
we'll take them.
Yeah.
Simone, I have to sign into Vogue.
Nah. Come on,
Vogue. Are you kidding me?
Come on, Vogue.
Wait, no. What the actual heck? Okay, let me try it in Safari. Not that
this is exciting.
Oh God, not that I condone getting around paywalls. Maybe I have a free article.
While you're pulling that
up, I subscribe to literally everything. I thought I subscribed to Vogue.
Well, anyways, Simone Biles, GOAT gymnast, Olympian, just all around, best of the best, married football player Jonathan Owens. And I would say her wedding is on the more compressed side of things.
Yes, and the pictures are now on my computer because it worked.
It worked.
Pull up Safari.
And
tight. Really tight. A lot of floral arches. My computer is also doing a lot of work here. Well, so it's going pretty slow.
I'll just describe because I do know these photos by memory.
Great, thank you.
When she walked down the aisle, she has a compressed arch that I believe is 3 arches in one. So it's like thin bubble letter arches.
Which sort of looks like the top half of the Olympic rings.
Wait, yes.
So maybe that's why she did it.
Oh, interesting.
Or not, but...
I mean, listen, if I was as decorated of an Olympian as she was, I would remind everyone at any point publicly that I also was a decorated Olympian.
My full arch would have been just the Olympic rings
in compressed flowers.
Why didn't you do that?
Oh, that would have been so good. I would have loved that.
A bubble letter compressed floral arch in the Olympic rings for Simone Biles' wedding.
Music to the sports gossip show ears.
Say less. Oh. All right. Well, so very compressed. And I think this is like, I might go so far as to say that is the compressed flower wedding of what, like, I think she kind of set the, I don't know, there's something about this felt like a pivotal moment in the history of compressed flowers.
Yeah. Because also her bouquet looks pretty compressed, and I think the bouquets of all the bridesmaids also were pretty compressed.
Very compressed. Although I will say, the florals lining the aisle, little looser. Looks like we might have some baby's breath.
Yeah.
Little, non-rose white flowers.
Yeah.
Couple hydrangea, couple of those, the paper.
The poof. Like a bush. The poof. I would say that's on a medium compressed scale. Yeah. It's compressed, but the arch is more compressed than the flowers lining the aisle.
All right.
I would say.
All right. Well, you know what? Let's just go to Patrick Mahomes. And
anyways,
Brittany
moving
Mahomes
on.
real quick. Because I feel like their wedding energetically
is like
similar.
I would say so. Similar floral aesthetic, yes. So they had
Jesus.
A very compressed floral arch situation, and it is thick and it looks like a rainbow shape, but it's just a compressed flower. And for those who don't know who Patrick Mahomes is, he is the quarterback for the Kansas City Chiefs.
This one, this is...
Oh, boy.
Oh, man.
Oof.
Making me feel ill. Not because. So I just want to be. If you haven't listened to our breakdown of florals before, I get grossed out by things like romesco broccoli or like the Buddha's hand lemons.
Yes.
With the, I can't. I can't even think about them without wanting to die a little bit. But so the compressed flowers sometimes have that look, and this arch I'm having trouble with.
It's a lot. It's real shoved in there. They just can't breathe, those flowers. But it's interesting because the arch is so compressed, and yet the aisle, the flowers that are lining the aisle, again, we don't have a great photo of them, but they look a little bit looser.
Did Mindy Weiss do this wedding?
Let's find out.
I feel like she might have. Also, Brittany's,
yes, I think she did.
Brittany's dress is so okay. So here's the thing. This.
She did.
You know, we say it goes all the way to the top. Are you ready?
Yes.
Mindy Weiss is, the wedding planner for the richest people on earth.
Yes.
What if Mindy is in the pocket of Big Flower, and she's out there saying to all of the brides and grooms, "You guys have to get the most compressed flowers possible because the florists make more money when the flowers are more compressed."
Whoa.
Do you think there's like a floral mafia going on, and Mindy Weiss is in the pocket?
It goes all the way to the top.
Because
I'm at a loss for words.
I've never because the aesthetics of all of these weddings very similar. You'd think I'm a wedding planner. Maybe I should tailor this to what the couple wants, and maybe what the couple wants is compressed flowers. But I'm just saying, if you have a say in the aesthetic of a wedding, and all of those flowers are they're just jammed in there for the athletes,
shoved in there
because they have money,
they're just.
I'm just saying, a florist might not hate that.
Whoa, you know what? Well, I do know that there are things where wedding planners of this level, and to her credit, she is paved the way.
Yes.
She has earned her spot as a top wedding planner.
Thank you, Mindy.
Thank you, Mindy. But I do know oftentimes if you're trying to work with a wedding planner like this, your wedding has to be at a certain budget for them to even want to take it on.
Yes.
So they might be like, okay, cool. Is your floral budget $50,000 or $100,000? And if it's not, like, I'm not doing this wedding.
Wow.
So they kind of have a say over that.
You're so right.
Mindy's not doing a driveway wedding. No, not that I recall.
No, she's not. No, she's not. She's doing a wedding where she can get those flowers as close together as possible.
So just shoved
So
in
I
there.
want to know, do you think Mindy, do you think she likes this? Do you think she likes a compressed floral?
She loves a compressed
She
floral.
does.
Because I'm scrolling through her Instagram, and while all these weddings have different aesthetics, at their core, they all have compressed flowers in some capacity, whether they're dangling from the ceiling or compressed into an arch. They all are from the same family of compression.
Bubble letter compressed florals.
I do feel like what it says to me is that you don't have a sense of individuality and you want to just do something that you feel like is socially acceptable based on your level of wealth. And you want to use your wedding as a signal to all your other rich friends that you also can check all the boxes of what it means to be a rich person having a wedding. And one of those signals is having a ton of compressed flowers, because that means you have an expensive floral budget, which in turn means you have the money or your family has the money to pay for this fancy wedding.
Preach. Also, it says I could afford a wedding planner.
Yes. Yeah,
most
for
of the
sure.
time. Because it's hard to coordinate that many flowers.
No. I don't think a florist will do that level of floral arranging without a wedding planner.
I don't think so.
I don't think they do.
So maybe it's just that I'm poor and I can't afford them. But I like
honestly, if I had $5 in my bank account, I would still think these flowers are not the vibe.
I agree.
I still wouldn't like them.
If I had $500 million, I would still not like compressed flowers.
Either way, $5 or $500 million. I feel the same way.
It's an aesthetic decision.
Yes.
Anyway. Okay. Another. This one I remember when this happened.
So this is Kevin Love, NBA player, and model Kate Bock's wedding at the New York Public Library. Huge wedding in Vogue, obviously. And this was one of the weddings that I think got me thinking a lot about the compressed floral aesthetic and
really
writing that newsletter. Yeah.
Wow.
Because I definitely included them in it. They got married, obviously, in a stunning venue. One of the hardest venues to book. I mean, the New York Public Library is probably one of the most iconic wedding venues in the entire world.
Oh, yeah. When I saw that this was at the New York Public Library, I'm going to be honest, I didn't know you could get married there.
It's very chic.
Like, I know you can get married at the Boston Public Library. I know people who've done that, but the New York Public Library to me was like such a...
Yeah.
That would be like getting married in God's house. And I don't mean a church. Like, what do you mean? Like God, like God lives at the... If there is a God, it's at the New York Public Library. Like that's the level of gravitas that the New York Public Library has in my mind.
That's fair, yeah.
And they got married there?
And their wedding, classy, beautiful wedding, stunning couple. However,
I'm having trouble finding...
no matter how classy and stunning of a couple you are not immune to the compressed floral aesthetic because they have what I think is maybe the tallest compressed floral arch I've ever seen.
Oh my God.
It is at easily, I mean, Kevin Love is, let's look up how tall he is.
Okay, I'm
how
going to
many
say
Kevin?
6'7", 6'9".
He's 6'8". That looks
also
like
pretty good.
That looks like about 3.5 Kevin Love's height.
Yeah.
So
what's that?
18, 20 feet probably.
And it's mimicking the arch of the New York Public Library's Astor Hall. And you know, there's something, the Astors were rich.
Yeah.
So if you're getting married there, Gilded Age Part 2, am I right?
Watch out. This floral arch is so tall and so shocking. And it's not even that it's ugly. It's just so large.
No, that's what it is. Because of all the arches.
Of all the arches. Of all the bubble arches. Of all the arches in all the land.
All the weddings. You had to choose this one?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
It is so shocking.
So truly though, I have trouble looking at some arches. We know this.
No, this
doesn't trouble me. It scares me. It's because it's so tall.
It reminds me of...
It makes them look like they're tiny people.
Yes, and they're giants. They're both really tall. It looks like something that would have been at Disneyland as part of a parade or festivities. I just brought it to the New York Public Library. Like, it doesn't look like a wedding. It's too big and dramatic.
Do you know what it looks like?
What?
Did you read the books when you were little, Angelina Ballerina?
Oh, yeah.
About the mouse who did ballet?
Yes.
Do you remember in like the May Day ballet they did? They had to hold those Do you know what I'm talking about? They had to hold these floral arches.
Yes.
That's what this is.
Oh,
okay. So let's see what else they had. Did they have more besides the arch?
Yes, I believe they did have some more flowers, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, Adele and Rich Paul.
Yes, Adele and Rich Paul, LeBron.
I mean, I will say her veil is.
I mean, they're stunning. And I'd
Good
say
job.
of all the athlete weddings, this maybe is one of my favorites.
I agree. The dress is. Is that Danielle Frankel?
It looks like a Danielle Frankel. You can tell by those sleeves.
I mean,
it must be. I feel like that's a Danielle.
That's
Frankel.
a Danielle Frankel dress.
Wait, read the description.
If you don't know what we're talking about, Google it. Yep,
it is.
It is.
Yeah.
So,
those sleeves are so.
I mean, who's better than us?
Yeah, Danielle Frankel.
Okay.
And we know the difference between that and then the dupes, which we will not name.
We shall not name the dupes. Okay, I'm not seeing too many other compressed florals though. I think they might have had a fair amount of orchids, which is sort of the opposite. You know what? Why don't more of these rich athletes just do orchids?
Yeah, because that's an expensive flower.
That is a pricey flower.
Yes.
And there is built-in space, and they cascade,
and they're
and
beautiful.
it would signal that you have the same amount of wealth. It just wouldn't be
jammed in there. I want to know, how do they even build that thing?
Is
this a Mindy Weiss production? Can you do a peruse?
Control F, Mindy.
No. Who planned this wedding?
Planner? Marcy Bloom.
Okay.
Do you know her?
I don't know who that is.
I don't either.
But all right, go off, Marcy. Making maybe the biggest compressed arch in floral history, in wedding history. Well, I guess she didn't make it. The florist did.
How do you even make that?
I don't know. That's crazy.
You need scaffolding?
I mean, yeah. That's 3 Kevin Loves stacked on top of each other.
3 Kevin Loves in a trench coat.
Okay. All right. Moving on to another athlete wedding. Mm-hmm. Serena Williams married Alexis Ohanion, the Reddit guy, in New Orleans a few years ago. Mm-hmm. And I think they definitely fell victim to the compressed floral aesthetic. They got married under looks like a loose triangle. a soft triangle.
An arch with a point.
An arch with a point. This arch really does have shape? A point.
No, like...
It's like half a diamond. I guess you could
Sort
say.
of.
Sort of. Anyways, it's like golden flowers with some greenery, but there are some white flowers mixed in, and they, again, are just shoved in
Just really jam-packed.
Just jam-packed in there. Interestingly, though, their aisle, it doesn't really look like they have any flowers, and in fact have side tables.
Wow.
It looks like, or maybe those are the benches, the end of the benches.
Yeah, I think that's the end of the bench.
Oh.
Was she carrying flowers?
No. Those are side tables.
Oh, weird.
They just lined the aisle pathway with tables with, it looks like flowers on the tables.
Okay.
Huh. I don't know if people are sitting down or what was happening. Like it was like a speakeasy and they're sitting on poofs. Adele and Rich Paul are sitting on a poof.
Were they there too?
Oh, I don't know why. I was just thinking of Adele and Rich Paul. I don't think they were at this
Kevin Love.
No,
they could be at this wedding.
I don't think
they
were at
probably
this wedding.
were.
I was just thinking of them from Kevin Love's wedding. I do love the image of Adele and Rich Paul having to sit on a poof at Serena Williams' wedding.
Too.
Whether that happened or not, we don't know.
Really good. Was there a dress code for this? Like, am I seeing a lot of red and black?
A lot of red and black, but I think it just kind of looks like...
No, I think it just happened that way. Did Annie Leibovitz take that picture?
Which one?
That
this looks like... You know what? Let's find out.
I need to know.
No, I think it's Eric.
Oh.
Melissa.
Sorry, never mind.
Eric Melissa took these photos.
Are you sure it's not Erica Melissa?
Oh, sorry.
Because Eric Melissa would be...
I'm losing my mind.
I've never encountered
No. Erica Melissa, excuse me, was a photographer.
Okay.
Anna Wintour was at this wedding.
Okay.
Okay, so it looks like how they did the seating for this wedding is like couches.
Okay.
It appears.
I would also go so far as to venture that they might have had a jewel-toned mood board.
Yes, I think that's accurate.
Oh, and their little baby was there.
know,
Oh, it's so cute. She looks amazing.
Yeah, she always looks
Oh,
great.
my God.
Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
Okay, sorry. Hold on. Breaking.
Whoa.
Wait.
Whoa.
Are you kidding me?
All right. We're going to insert the images again if you're watching this on YouTube. So we have now scrolled to the photos from their reception. And the decor they chose is opulent.
Guys. Okay, so first of all, okay. Mini is that French Open?
I think so.
I think the tables are named Australian Open, French Open after the tennis tournaments, which is great. Oh, they had an indoor
carousel, and it's a photo of Beyonce on the carousel, which is not something I would have ever pictured. Did you know Beyonce rode a carousel in a gown at
Cowboy
Serena
Carter? Cowboy Carter, baby.
Yes.
Oh my God.
There's not a lot of photos of the interiors, but the ones we have,
The thing that just made us gasp.
is their chairs, presumably Serena and Alexis's chairs from the wedding, with opulent backs. They look like chairs that you would see at an exhibition for royals that you were forced to go to at school. At a museum.
These are thrones.
These are thrones.
You see this at a Ren fair. You see this, at like a museum.
Yes.
These are straight up thrones.
These are thrones, and it also looks like, again, they're kind of blurry in this image, but they have flowers on this table. I don't know if they're on all of the tables, but it looks like a lot of compressed flowers. That's a lot of bouquets.
That's a lot of compression.
A lot of compression. Moving on, we're going to talk about another tennis player's wedding. Caroline Wozniacki married David Lee in Tuscany. Mm-hmm. And I would say that their wedding photos are medium compressed.
Honestly, this might be my favorite florals so far because the flowers aren't that compressed.
No.
And also the night before the welcome drinks or whatever, she's wearing a cool dress that's white but has like very colorful embroidery on it.
Yes.
Which I like a lot.
Yep.
Oh, look, there's Serena.
Yeah.
Very cool. Jesse Palmer, the host of The Bachelor, was there.
So unbelievably random.
Anyway.
Must be friends with David.
Yeah, well,
I can't imagine Caroline Wozniacki.
Who is David? He's definitely friends with Caroline and not David. David Lee, what's his deal?
A retired NBA player.
Oh, sorry, David.
Who did he play for? Oh.
Yeah. Was it like G League?
He played basketball for the Florida Gators before he was drafted 30th overall by the Knicks in 2005.
Oh, cursed.
I would say that's probably
Bad
not
vibes.
a great time to be drafted by the Knicks. As a lifelong Knicks fan,
You would know.
I remember when David Lee got
David
drafted.
Lee.
There you go.
I gotta ask my husband about
He
him.
was a 2-time NBA All-Star and was selected to the All-NBA third team in 2013.
Oops.
What's the
I
third
guess
team?
it's like the third best team.
So
There's
that's-
NBA. There's All NBA, first team, second team, third team.
Oh, well, all right.
I guess maybe I should have known that, but
He
Assuming.
averaged 7 points, 5 rebounds, and 1.6 assists in the 2016-2017 season.
so he got old and he had to stop playing.
I think so.
All right. Well,
Anyways, whatever.
they'll have athletic kids.
Yeah.
So the florals, though,
Yeah, it looks like some.
she has. Look, these are lupin, I think,
Yeah,
which are my
they're
favorite.
pretty. Those are
flower.
very pretty.
Do you know the children's book? I don't know why I'm talking so much. About
Give me
children's
another book.
Do you know the Barbara Cooney children's books, like Miss Rumphius?
No,
You don't? No.
but I believe you.
No, but it's worth reading as an adult. I'm gonna get you a copy. Actually, my cousin's wife, who performed our ceremony in my parents' backyard with 10 people, she read a passage from Miss Rumphius
that's
because
sweet.
it says you must do something to make the world more beautiful. And this is a little old lady who goes around and sows lupin flowers everywhere.
Oh,
in
that's
Maine.
sweet.
It's really good.
Okay.
So I love
All right.
this.
No,
so,
these
but I'm
flowers?
biased.
Okay,
I'm
all right.
biased towards lupin. So Caroline basically bribed me to like her wedding.
That's true. I like the flowers. There's Serena as a bridesmaid.
She was a bridesmaid?
She was a bridesmaid.
Did you know that?
I didn't know that, but I'm just saying that she was right now.
Cool.
I think this is I would say this is
Really
maybe
good.
a top athlete wedding. Underrated.
The only
Okay.
compressed florals are on the cake.
On the cake, which is, those are very shoved in there. That's a lot of.
Yeah, I don't love that.
I don't love
but
that.
if that's it, like the floral arrangements
Yeah.
on the tables.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, Tuscany.
All right, Caroline.
Wow.
I think you're in the lead right now.
Wow.
Wouldn't have thought that.
Never saw that coming.
Nope. Me neither.
Okay. All right. Who else do we have to? Oh, we should do your favorite, which is Draymond Green's wedding.
Draymond Green, NBA player for the Golden State Warriors. What?
I just realized.
What?
You know how his background was very green?
Yes.
It's because of his last name.
Yeah.
You knew that.
I did know
Okay.
that. So here's the thing about Draymond Green's wedding.
It was green.
It was green. And what I need to say is that while there aren't a lot of flowers at the ceremony, the flowers that are there are so compressed, they are suffocating.
Yeah.
They are shoved they're in a giant bouquet on both sides of the whatever, the thing where you get married, the front part, the altar.
The front part.
The front part.
Wait, who did he marry? What's his wife's name?
Hazel Renee.
Okay.
They got married in San Diego, and it's giant bouquets of white, I think maybe a couple green flowers compressed in there. Those are like the biggest bouquets I've ever seen.
Yeah.
In my life.
That's like, you know those exercise balls? That's an exercise ball size compressed floral
Maybe even a
arrangement.
couple.
Yeah.
And what makes them those are shocking, if that was it. But they are framing, the centerpiece is a graphic. It looks like a maze. I think it's a maze.
I think it's a maze.
Watch out, Bill Belichick. You know. It's a maze, but it looks like a set piece from Wicked.
It does.
That they didn't use.
It
It's a lot
does.
of green ombre. And gold.
Yeah. Oh, man.
I've never seen flowers, and I've never seen a maze with flowers on the sides.
I don't know that I've ever seen a backdrop behind the arch
No.
of an altar.
neither.
And
I don't think I've
you
ever
know
seen
what?
that.
And I think they're innovating.
They are innovating.
I don't hate that.
I've never seen this before.
This is next level.
Yeah.
This is like a step and repeat at the altar of your wedding.
Yes.
And that there's something to be said for
There's
that.
something to be said
There's
for that.
something to be said for
Yeah.
that.
So Lionel Messi, arguably the best soccer player in the world. Ronaldo,
Yeah.
it's messy.
No.
It's messy.
Yeah.
So he got married in Argentina, and what is really shocking is
Oh, wow.
they got married under a really insanely large yellow floral arch with just these yellow flowers shoved in there under chandeliers, multiple chandeliers, and then his wife's bouquet, his childhood sweetheart, is like, it looks like the Draymond Green.
It looks like a lollipop.
It does, of just compressed, just
Oh
shoved
my
in there.
goodness.
It's crazy.
These flowers.
Messy. Come on.
Messy.
What
Let
are
him
we
breathe.
doing? Let him breathe.
It's like you're taking off your cleats. Let him breathe. You know? End of a game. Come on, buddy.
Let him breathe.
Oh,
Let him
man.
breathe. It's
You
a
know,
lot happening.
Maybe something about the wedding industrial complex in general.
Yeah. It's once you start really looking at these weddings,
You can't unsee
you
it.
can't unsee it. And yes, all athlete weddings kind of look the same, as we've discussed 1,000 times. But then when you start looking at the broader wedding industrial complex, most weddings kind of look the same.
Yeah.
Because again, as we were saying earlier, people are afraid to do something a little different.
And there is this idea of which, not to get, whatever I'm about to get.
Go there.
However, I think that there's an idea with weddings now that you have to do this, or like it's your big moment, or like this is your chance to be the star of the day.
Right.
It really is a very stressful experience. You're spending a lot of money, and it is a societal pressure to have a massive thing that looks a certain way that you might not even feel really represents you.
Exactly.
But you have to do it because that's what everybody else is doing.
Yeah.
And we're here to say you don't have to do it. You can do it. And also,
do what you want.
If you genuinely do want to do it, great.
Awesome.
And you can afford it, amazing. But I do think that it's one of those things that a lot of people do without even thinking about it.
Yeah, no, it's not. I don't even think it's that people are looking at inspiration, being like, I want my wedding to look the same as everyone else's wedding. But it's just unconscious.
Also,
and
vendors, the minute you say something's a wedding, everything shifts. If you say I'm throwing a party, it can look sort of funky and cool, and it'll cost you less. The minute you say it's a wedding,
price going up.
That's a sound for astronomically increasing, everybody.
Increased price and increased compression.
Yes. Oh. It's like air tires.
It's like, how you can get different level of compression socks.
Yeah.
Like a light compression is just for a party, and then a really intense airplane compression sock is...
Wait, you have party compression socks?
No, I don't. I'm just saying.
Wait, what?
I don't know.
You said a light compression for a party. Are you wearing compression socks to a wedding? I'm asking because if so, I want some.
No, I was just saying, like, when you buy compression socks, like that one brand, Comrade, you have those socks, great compression socks.
No, I use
I
use Bombas compression socks.
I don't think I own this. I would love to be sponsored by Comrade.
Oh my God, if we could get sponsored by compression socks.
Dunkin' Donuts and compression socks. Are you kidding? Are you kidding?
And we sit here drinking Dunkin' Donuts wearing compression socks.
I would die.
Critiquing other people's weddings.
Talking about compression. I mean, that's a genius.
Wait.
Whoever does brand marketing at Comrade, or what's the other brand?
Bombas. Or any.
I don't. Hanes socks. I don't. Whatever.
Oh, we are clipping this and we are putting this on social media.
Oh my God.
If you are a compression sock company,
we would love to do some SpawnCon.
Nothing has ever made more sense.
We'd be perfectly aligned. Perfectly aligned. No, what I was saying was that you can buy different levels of compression socks.
Why did you say party?
I was like comparing. I don't know. It was a bad comparison. It didn't land.
Okay.
It didn't land.
Sorry. I get it.
But I'm with, yes. I think this is like a broader issue.
It's like the glove that I just got. You put in the freezer. It's a compression glove, an ice compression glove for your hand. It
does feel amazing, but it's insane.
It's insane.
It's insane.
But it's nice.
As Charlotte said, it looks like part of like a cartoon costume. Like
when you put it on, you look like a Muppet.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Probably why I like it.
Yeah. Well, anyways.
Anyway.
I have a wedding I would like to end on.
Okay,
for
great.
you.
Yes, I can't wait.
If you've already listened to previous episodes in June, we talked about Mookie Betts, who used to play for your team, Boston Red Sox, and now plays for the Dodgers.
The Red Sox broke my heart when they let him go. He's the one who got away.
One who got away. So Mookie Betts got married. I need you to just close your eyes for a second.
Eyes are closed.
Okay, so he got married. I don't know why this photo is blurry, but you'll get the idea. He got married in 2021. Yes, you can open your eyes. It is a giant arch.
God.
And it is so many compressed flowers.
Oh my God.
So much compression. I would say this is on the level of Kevin Love's floral arch.
Yes.
In terms of just drama.
Sheer size.
Just size. It's like this
arch,
columns. It's different from Simone Biles.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. It's columns. It's not rings.
Yes.
Or half arches. I mean, half rings, which is an arch.
Yes. Yes.
This is so compressed. You know what I will say, though?
What?
What I like about this one is that there's some dripping flowers.
Yes,
some
I do like that.
hanging flowers.
It's a little more movement.
Yes, I like when flowers, they're allowed to come over the top and have some, what do you call those?
Some floop.
Yeah,
bloop.
bloop, a little floopy.
A floopy.
Yeah, like whimsical.
Yes.
I don't know. I like that.
Yes.
These flowers are so compressed though that their blood pressure is great.
Through the roof.
Do compression socks? What do
they help? They help so you don't get blood clots.
Yeah, these don't have any blood clots.
No, and they help with like cramping, on the plane.
Yeah.
I love I'm going to be wearing one.
I have weirdly low blood pressure.
Oh, I didn't know that about you.
That's why I get lightheaded all the time. And my doctor told me that I should wear them all the time.
Oh, well then you need party compression socks.
That's why I said I need party compression socks.
Oh my God.
It's difficult though in the summer when you're wearing shorts to wear compression socks. I look like a little lad.
Yeah, I don't think.
I look like an old-timey baseball player.
Yeah, that's not quite right.
And my pride is still enough intact that I can't quite do it.
No, that's too much. I agree.
When I give up completely, that's when I'll wear compression socks and shorts.
Once we get the SponCon deal. Then
then
I'll wear them all the time.
Wow, that is an amazing
I just had
note
to save
end
that for
on.
you.
Thank you.
Now, my question is, which wedding do you think is your favorite that we've talked about?
Hold on a second. I just had an epiphany.
What?
This is not brilliant by any means, but I'm putting this together.
What?
So if you look at I tried to find pictures of athlete weddings from before the internet or before Instagram. Really.
Yeah.
And you can find some of them. They're not a ton, but it's not designed to be the backdrop of photos. The weddings are a little more organic. They're a little freer. And they all look different. Like Tom Brady and Gisele's wedding looked very different from Elin Nordgren and Tiger Woods' wedding.
Right.
Looks very different from, Michael Jordan's first wedding.
Right.
But once Instagram came along, it's like how TV sort of homogenized American accents across the country.
Yes.
It's like we've homogenized the look of a wedding to the point that they all look the same because of social media.
Yeah, and because people want the backdrop photo of them kissing under an insanely compressed floral arch. It's very dramatic.
Yeah, wow.
People don't want to kiss under nothing.
Once again, the internet was not a good idea.
No.
We should shut it all down, except for our podcast.
Except for our podcast.
Keep our podcast.
Keep
going.
that alive.
You can have the internet for medical devices and our show.
Yes, that's it. And news. Sure.
Well, yeah. We could go back to paper news.
Honestly, yeah.
It worked.
At this point.
Yeah. Anyway. Okay, so favorite.
Yes, I think I'm going to answer my favorite only because, to your point, what I appreciate about the wedding, I'm going to say, is that it's different. Mm-hmm. It's different. While it has compressed flowers, what I liked about it is it's something I'd never seen, and that's Draymond Green's wedding with the maze behind them, because that's a one-of-one wedding.
Yes,
I don't think that inspiration is on anyone else's Pinterest board from before that they use to then plan their wedding. You know what I mean? It feels like a one-of-one wedding, and that's what I appreciate. Like, if you're rich, make a custom maze or whatever it is behind you. That's amazing. That's an incredible backdrop.
I could not agree more.
You know,
of all the weddings we talked about, the only ones that looked different really from the others were Draymond Green's and Caroline Wozniacki's.
Yeah,
in Tuscany.
I think you're right.
Where she has lupins and like kind of a more wildflower vibe.
Yes.
And Draymond has a backdrop custom made that also, what I will say.
What?
If your last name is a color and you go all in on that color
Yes.
for your wedding.
Amazing.
10 out of 10 no notes.
Amazing.
No notes.
No notes.
Like,
that's what I'm saying. It's different.
Just do if you're going to do the thing, just do it and make it a little weird.
Yeah. That's what I appreciate about it. In the same way that David Beckham and Victoria Beckham changed into purple matching outfits at their wedding. It's different.
Also,
it's different.
You changed into a blue dress.
I did. Cutter didn't change into a blue suit though. But that would be cool.
But that blue dress is one of my favorite dresses of all time.
It's a pretty fabulous dress.
Yeah. Okay, well, this was a wild ride.
Thank
you to everybody who came on it. And for any athletes whose weddings we talked about, we're just poor and jealous, so don't feel bad when we say things about your wedding.
We are. And if you've made it this far, thank you so much. And also, if there are weddings we didn't talk about that you want us to talk about, drop them in the comments.
Yes, please.
We will never not talk about
the DMs are open.
Florals at athlete weddings.
Yeah, no, this is a bit that's gonna. It's not a bit. It's actually not a bit.
It's just a topic. I mean, we could go deep on it.
And we did.
We did.
And we do.
Yeah.
And we will. All right. Happy 4th of July.
Happy 4th. as always, please like and subscribe, rate and review. It makes a huge difference. And as a reminder, you can only watch video from this podcast on YouTube. So just as an FYI, if you're listening to this on Spotify and you're like, where's the video?
Right.
It's on YouTube.
Video compression.
Video compression.
We've compressed our videos.
Compressed our videos.
And it's in one spot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye.